This podcast is not a substitute for a relationship with your mental health professional. Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown. Hi, family. I'm so excited to see you again here on the podcast, to see you here with me on the podcast. Hi, family. Oh, and if you're new to the family, I need you to show up for me because I'm here showing up for you. Please subscribe to the podcast, like the podcast, and click this little bell so that you get notifications every time there's a new episode up. Okay? All right, family. So, family, y'all see your girl. I'm still, I'm still in Jersey. I am still healing. My foot is still healing. This is the 6th week. Go 6 weeks. Go 6 weeks. Go 6 weeks. All the lessons, okay, in the 6 weeks. Here I am. You guys know the intention of this podcast is to empower, to uplift, to inspire, to educate, and to have fun. All right, because that's how we do. I'm just not like, stiff. I mean, I'm your girl. I got you. Ask me a question. I got you. If you have any comments, please leave them. Please. If you feel froggy, jump. I want you to jump. If you got any comments or questions, please leave them. Okay. If you are listening on the podcast, like it. We love to be liked here. And if you are listening or watching on YouTube and listening, like it, leave a comment. All right. Okay. So on my journey of healing, okay, y'all, on my journey of healing with my broken foot. And if y'all want to know what, I think I broke my foot 6 weeks ago. But you can go back to some episodes and where I talk about I broke my foot. Maybe, so if this is the 6th week, then I think it was 4 weeks ago when I first could talk about the broken foot. Okay. But on my journey with this broken foot, let me tell y'all something. There are so many good, great things that are coming up for me. So many lessons that I'm learning. Y'all know I will always say this, every single thing, and this is a cliche, but it is actually the truth. Everything in life that happens for a reason. And it happens just when it's supposed to. Add that to it. Just when it's supposed to. So just when I thought that I was trying my best, as I'm going through some tough stuff in life right now, but as I was trying to be my best and be my strongest and trying to get through without really leaning on anybody else, but still leaning on some people, but not really, you know what I'm saying? Not without asking for help. God had to sit me down where he made me ask for help, okay? And I learned that people want to help me, just like people want to help you. So as these lessons are coming up with this broken foot, I'm sharing them with y'all because I want to inspire you. If I'm telling you something about me, just move me to the side in your head and put yourself in the seat and then ask yourself, look around in your life and say, okay, because I'm going to tell you something. You're hearing it for a reason. When you click on this podcast, whether you got a notification or not, even when I listen to podcasts, I always know that on that day that I listened to that podcast, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear this on that day for a reason, because it served me, because that's how life works. That's how God works. Y'all know the deal. If you've ever been to church before, I don't know if y'all have or whatever, but you know how you go to church, you like, I'm looking for inspiration. I'm going through something, like I'm looking for it. And when you get there, you sit in the congregation amongst the others. And all of a sudden, when the preacher says whatever it is he says, when he gets down in it and gets it, you like, oh, he talking to me. He's talking to me. You know why? It's because he is talking to you. Because whatever the issue is that you're going through in your life, that was a message that he needed you to get. That's why you got up that day and you felt inspired to go. You hear what I'm saying? So for me, although, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I asked God in the beginning, like, why you got to teach me this way? But I do believe that my foot was broken so that I could be stationary here and I can learn all these things to share with you. So, what I'm going to ask you is, and let me tell you why I'm asking you this. Because one of my friends who was watching one of my podcasts, one of my friends said to me, she said, and this is when she watched the very first podcast after I came on, after I broke my foot and I talked about breaking my foot. And she said to me, she was like, you know what? She said, you showed your crutch, but you didn't show your boot. And this is one of my friends. So I know to y'all are probably thinking, well, okay, Andrea, black and white, like you showed your crutch, but you didn't show your boot. So for me, first of all, this is one of my spiritual friends, right? This is my Katrina friend. Katrina, y'all have heard me talk about her before. But when she said that to me, because we are on this path of growing, challenging ourselves to grow, to be our best self. We always looking for lessons all day, every day. I think there's a lesson over there. I'm showing her, she's showing me. I have other friends in my life. I'm like that with them too, but she's one of them. So she said to me, she goes, what? You showed your crutch, but you ain't show your boot. I wanted to see your boot. And after she said that, we had a conversation. But after she said that, I was like, oh, oh. So now, the first thing that I could have said, or first thing that came up, I want y'all to hear this. I did not say to her because I trust this process of life. I'm always trying to grow. Challenge me, and you can challenge me as long as it's with respect. And I know it's with love, because I'm going to challenge you with respect and love. But challenge me, I'm open for the challenge, so I'm always open to grow and get a lesson. So when she called me, I'm just saying, the first response, and as I'm telling y'all, this family, I want you to think about yourselves. If somebody asks you something, or maybe call you out on something, maybe some behavior that you have, or something maybe that they've seen or that they've noticed, about you that was different than before, or maybe even the same, is your first reaction to deny? Do you deny whatever that thing is that they say before you even listen to what it is that they may be saying to you? Listen. So, if I was the type of person who really had a lot of, defenses up, and I was afraid to grow, or maybe if I had been hurt before, like, I told you guys about, I was a little defensive in regards to asking for help. I didn't used to want to ask for help. So that was a defense mechanism. So if I was in a state now in my life, okay, right now, which I'm not, where I felt like, ooh, like anything that anybody says, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I need to protect myself from being hurt, or maybe being, I don't want people to look at me in a certain way, that look at me in a way that I am maybe less than how I want to appear to be. So if I'm trying to appear in this big grand way, and then someone calls me out on something, and I don't want to be called out because my insecurity says that I'll be looked at as less than, I may try to defend, because there's a certain image that maybe I want to show to the world. If I was that person, and I want you to ask yourself, am I in that state? Am I that person where I want the world to see me as one person, as one way? See me as this way. And if you see me as anything different, then that triggers my insecurity, and that takes the mask off. And I really feel like nothing. I feel like I'm worth nothing. and I feel like I may just need to disappear. But what I'm saying is, you are more. You're everything. And I want to get you there. So that's why I'm just asking you, are you in a space of denial where you are hiding stuff? You are hiding who you really are because you're afraid to show who you really are because you don't think it is worthy to be seen. You don't think that it is enough to be seen. So you are hiding it. Huh? Are you hiding who you really are? Are you hiding behind some fake shield? Now, I'm going to take it back and I'm going to rewind it. When my friend Katrina said to me, right, why didn't you show your boot? Why? I wanted to see your boot because, we haven't seen each other. I want to see your boot. So I had to ask myself, well, why didn't I show my boot? Does that signify something? Hmm. And I thought to myself, yes, it does. I did want to tell a story. I was being very transparent. And like I told you, and I will always tell you, I am as transparent as I can be. As I can be. At that time, I'm as transparent as I can be. Right? Because, I'm protecting other people. So I had to say to myself, was I hiding something? Now, I did not intentionally, and I want y'all to get this. I did not intentionally say where it was in my conscience, let me keep my boot on the chair because I always have to have it raised so it can heal. I didn't intentionally do that, but subconsciously, because I love to mess around to figure out the subconscious. That is what I do as a therapist because our subconscious is what pushes us to behavior. So I had to ask myself, was I subconsciously hiding the main part that is broken in my body right now? And then I told her, I said, oh, I think I really am hiding the main part, like without me even being aware of it. Now, I'm bringing this to you because I'm going to be as honest and as transparent as I can be. So, yes, I do believe that I was hiding what was so painful and so broken, the part of me that was so broken. I think there was something about that I was. However, I was on to talk about the support in my life, the things that I was learning, just even me just coming. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about on that day. And just God said, just go on and tell your story. And I was just being vulnerable and honest enough to tell my story. And what was on my heart and my mind was the support. You know what I mean? The support that was around me that I didn't know that I could even ask for. And I just really wanted to praise them. So that was my intention. But in doing the work, what I realized was I wasn't revealing the part of me that was broken. Dun, 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 dun. And so, what I want to say to you, and I did reveal the part of me that was broken last week on last week's episode, and I will reveal it again, right? Because it's mine. So I will reveal the part of me that's broken. I will reveal it because, I want to be transparent. And hopefully, as I'm teaching you this and I'm telling you this, I want you to look in your life and you get that. Go in the subconscious. Am I denying something because of some insecurity? So I'll go a little bit further. The truth is that, yeah, I really didn't show that, which also signifies there is a part of me that is broken, even more so than my foot. And I'm really not at a place where I can talk about it right now. And so, in me doing so, is where the aha came on. And I'm like, that's what I was hiding because I wasn't ready to talk about it. But this is what's important. One day I will talk about it. You'll know all about it. You'll know all about it. And in hopes that it helps you, helps to encourage you, it gives you strength, it makes you stronger. You know what I'm saying? It educates you, it empowers you. That's what I'll do, because that's what God put me on this earth to do. So I will share my story of the part of me that's broken more than any part of me, than my foot. But we talking about today, family, at the table is, I want you to ask yourself, is there something that you're hiding from you or denying? So I'm not even talking about you telling somebody else, because your business is your business. And your business is nobody else's business until you get ready to share your business. Hey, family. I have something for you. I'm excited for you to see this, and hopefully you'll taste it. So, this is a protein drink that I love. And guess what? It has only what you need. That's the name of it. OWYN, which stands for only what you need. It is a protein drink with 20 grams of protein. Oh my gosh. But my favorite flavor is dark chocolate. So in the mornings before I go work out, I will drink this protein drink, and it's so good. As I told you, I'm always going to be transparent with you, as transparent as possible with you about how I make mental health a lifestyle. And this is a part of how I take care of my mind and my body. All right. And so this is 100% plant-based, 100% gluten-free, and 100% vegan. It has an excellent source of omega-3s. It contains 3 grams of prebiotics. It's a good source of fiber. It has essential amino acids, greens blend, and peas from North America. And I'm going to repeat, it is 100% plant-based, 100% gluten-free, and 100% vegan. Family. And let me just tell you, even sometimes during the afternoon, in between clients, if I get hungry and I feel like I need something, but I can't really sit down for a meal, I will go to the refrigerator and get only what I need. And this is the flavor, but they have so many other flavors. And family, you can get them from everywhere, wherever you shop. So Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, you can find them everywhere. All of the grocery stores, all of the grocery stores. So they have vanilla, okay, vanilla, and it's 20 grams of protein. Cookies and cream, there she is. They also have, if you are into coffee, they have one that's called a cold brew coffee. So if you're into coffee and the taste of coffee, cold brew coffee, and it's still a protein drink with 20 grams of protein. They also have mocha latte, caramel macchiato, and a vanilla latte. So these are the different flavors. Vanilla latte. Okay. And let me tell you this. So all of these that I just told you about, you can find them in the grocery store. But then there's one that you can only get online, and that flavor is strawberry banana. It's only what you need. That's what's in here. Only what you need. So, family, don't you ever say that I didn't give you nothing. That I didn't give you nothing. So please go out and try it. I mean, I drink them all the time, and I really do enjoy them because they have only what I need. And you want to know why? It's because you are powerful. It's because you are smart. It's because you are strong. It's because you are abundant. It's because you are a miracle, because that's who God created you to be. You are a king, you are a queen. So as you sit on your throne, you make decisions about your life. Your life is powerful, and your story is your story. And you get to make a decision as to if you want to share your story or not. That's your power. So it doesn't matter what other people do or other people think about your story. And we all go through things in life because we are all on this journey called life. where we will have some peaks, which are the good times, hey, the good times, hey, and then the valleys, which are where, strength is found, because those are the times that we are challenged. Those are the times when we got to pull out our muscles. Those are the times that are difficult, that are the most challenging of the valleys. But let me tell you something, my loves. You will rise. You will roll if you keep going. You're going to come up out of the valley and you're going to hit another peak, because that's what life is. It's a road, it's a journey of peaks and valleys until the end, until I believe we meet our Lord. So we're all going through stuff, and we are no different. I am no different than you. You are no different than me. So we will all go through the same stuff. When I say same stuff, I'm talking about pain. We will all go through pain, hopefully, because we all have access to happiness, but some of us don't know how to access happiness. But we are the same in that way with the access. Okay. And my concern is denial. That's what I'm talking about today. I don't want you to deny your story to yourself. I want you to know thyself. Know you. Be clear about you. Be clear about your mistakes, your missteps. Be clear about the big leaps that you've taken, the happy parts of life. Be clear about your victories. I want you to be you and not deny either one, because in the victories, you will find your power. Don't deny your victories. You are your victories. You were a part of your victories. Your actions created your victories. So your victories are a part of who you are. And if you've been victorious in the past, you will be victorious again. You understand that you have the power to do so. I also don't want you to deny your mishaps and your mistakes. From your mishaps and your mistakes, you have to understand those were lessons. Those were lessons so that you can face them, get over them, and become victorious. Victory is your birthright. Victory is your birthright. But I want you to be clear. Don't live in denial. So let me tell you something. When you live in denial, then you cannot heal. You cannot heal what you don't reveal. And when I say reveal, I am not talking about revealing it to your neighbor, to the world, to social media. That may not be none of their business. It's not their business unless you make it their business. So I'm not talking about revealing your information, your personal story to them. I want you to reveal it to you. I want you to access your truth so that you can heal it. You cannot heal what you do not reveal. And you don't have to do it by yourself. I understand that denial is a defense mechanism. It is. It's what the brain does when it feels like there may be something a little too much for it to handle. Then it will be like, no, 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 no. Let's run up in this little room and make up a little story. And let's just stay in here, part of the brain, and just keep this story going. No matter what is going on in reality, we just going to stay here. And then in reality, you are creating more dysfunction for your life and dysfunction for everyone else's. So what I'm saying, my sister and my brother, knock on that door and go in that room. There's help out here for you. Get a therapist. We are trained to help you, to open up that door so that you can talk about whatever the things are, the pain that's occurred in your life, the dysfunction that you've experienced in your life, the trauma that you've experienced in your life. This is what we are here to do. We are trained to help you do that. So you do not have to live in denial. But before you can create the change in your life, you have to acknowledge that you have been denying your truth. that you have been living in denial, that you have been denying your pain, and you have been making up a facade so that you can show up to be someone different than you are. You have to first acknowledge that. Once you acknowledge that, then you ask for help. And there are people out here to help you. We're licensed professional therapists. We are trained for this. We want the smoke. Bring it to us. We can help you. We can guide you, and we can walk you through it. We can help you go into that denial, the subconscious, to bring it to your conscious and teach you skills. Teach you skills and be there alongside you as you start to work through the process of healing your pain or your trauma or whatever that thing is that you are trying, that dysfunction that you are trying to deny. And I actually did an older episode where the title of it was How to Find a Good Therapist. Go look at that episode. So many people have told me that it is helpful. It has been very helpful for identifying a good therapist. So you can come to me. I'm great. Or you can find another good therapist to go to help bring up that trauma and drama that you keep sitting on so that you can stop faking the funk. Be you, because that is who God created, is you, not this false sense of self. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. You think they do. You think they do because that's why you keep lying. And that's why you keep trying to act like you're something other than who you are. But we don't want that. God doesn't want that. He created you to be you authentically. He created you to be great, just to be great, just as you are, but with all of that trauma and stuff up off of you. That's why you're going to get help. Okay? So I want you to come out of denial. Okay? So I'm asking you, is there something that you're hiding? Is there some pain that you're hiding that you're afraid to identify? Is there some pain that you're hiding because you're embarrassed about it? Is there some pain that you're hiding because you don't think people will accept you for that? I am here to tell you, your girl is here to tell you, let that go. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has something that they're ashamed of, or everybody has something that they may be embarrassed about. Everybody has made mistakes before. Let that stuff go. Stand up in your truth. But standing in your truth, I want you to hear me on this, doesn't mean that you stand on stage and tell everybody your business. Because like I've told plenty of people before, and I'm going to tell you today, you only tell your business to people who you can trust with it. You can't trust everybody with your business. You can't trust everybody with your story. You can't trust everybody with your secrets. They have to be trustworthy. You understand? It's okay. And that's okay. It's okay. Doesn't mean that you don't love them, but you be careful. You only tell your business to people who you can trust with it, because your business is precious. That's your business. You're precious. So you tell your business to someone who you can trust with it. You got me? You won't fail doing that, but you don't keep it to yourself. Don't hide it from yourself, because then I'm telling you, you will project your pain, you will project your dysfunction onto everybody else, and you will live a life that is inauthentic and that's dark. Free yourself. My sister, my brother, free yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sit with someone who you trust. And I'm going to start off. I know God gave you people in your life who you trust. Might be one, and that's okay. But I'm saying, I ain't even telling you to start there, because you got to identify who that is. I want you to start off with a therapist. Go in there. Don't be afraid to pull it out so you can work through it. And then when you work through it, if you want to share it with whomever else, you share it with whomever else. But you do not have to live another day, another minute in denial. Don't deny your truth. You are amazing. Stand up in your truth. But you have to reveal it in order to heal it. And then the last little step that I'm going to say is, more than anything else that I've said today, is trust God and his timing. Trust him. You can't lose when you trust him. You cannot lose when you trust him. So there's no need to fear. Remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, because God's got your back. So you trust him. Okay? Don't live in denial anymore. And I'm talking about denial from yourself first. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody else. Just to you and the Lord himself. You hear me? Okay, my family, you don't have to live in denial anymore. You don't have to live in darkness. You don't have to be insecure about nothing anymore. We all go through many of the same things, but that ain't my business unless you make it my business. That ain't my business. That ain't your neighbor's business. That ain't your friend's business. That ain't your sister's business. It's only if you make it their business. But it is your business. So I want you to identify your truth. Am I hiding something from me? Am I faking the funk? Am I living in denial because I'm afraid of ... Once you identify it, find a professional, and then you trust God and that professional on your ride to becoming authentically yourself. Hey, 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 hey. Honey, can't nobody hurt you with your truth. It's your truth. You own your truth. Can't nobody hurt you with your truth. All right. So, family, I hope you got a message there. Don't be hiding it from yourself. There ain't no need to hide it. No, but your business is your business. And whenever you are ready to tell your business, then you tell your business. But other than that, work on your business. You work on your business with the professional and the one who supersedes it all, God. All right, family? You have to work it to make it work, my love. Trust God. I will see you guys on the next episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast. I love you. Long time.